It was also The Sopranos. Like it was,
Yes,
but
that
so
was
early on.
so early on. But I'd never seen that show. I just watched it for the first time 2 years ago, and turns out it is the greatest show ever made.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Confirmed it.
Yeah.
I am here to confirm today that it's the best show of all time. My God. And that was also like I'd never been on I didn't know what how a camera worked. I didn't know where I was. Like it was so overwhelming and so big. And even though I hadn't seen the show, I of course like knew who everybody was. And I was like I was aware of them from like being a citizen of the world. But it was very overwhelming and cool. And it was directed by Steve Buscemi, who was also I'm a huge fan of because I grew up on all the Coen Brothers films, and he did obviously has done so much, but he was so kind to me.
I would bet he'd be kind as a director. A lot of
Yeah.
actors who become directors are great with actors.
Are great because they get how nerve-wracking it is, and like especially when you pop into something that's already been in existence for such a long time. I mean, it's like the first day of school. You don't know who to sit with at lunch. You're like often alone in your trailer. You don't really know who to ask about like what's going on or where am I supposed to be or like, and that was like not pre-cell phone, but we all had like the thick like
Right.
Nokia cell phones. There was no like someone's gonna text you where to like it was not, it was before that.
Oh my God. Did you try to sit by Edie Falco and then she just picked up her tray and went to the end of the table?
No, I didn't, but I did eat. So, you've been on a set, there's like craft service where you get like the snacks.
Yeah.
And I didn't, they were like, oh, you can go get snacks at craft service. And I was like, got it. And I was too afraid to ask what it was. And they were like, you'll see it. It's like a giant table of food. And I was like, okay. And we were shooting the wedding. And so I walked up to the prop table, which was like shrimp that had been out all day, like sprayed, they spray it to like, so that it doesn't go bad.
Yeah.
And I think like just like nervously took two shrimp being like, well, I don't know where, like,
Oh my God, no, shrimp.
exactly. Just being like, I guess this is
Kristen,
it. And
no.
I know. Yeah. And then someone like popped out and was like, ma'am. I go, no. Like, that's not. So yeah, I really like didn't know.
Well, some
Old shrimp sprayed.
shellacked.
Shellacked shrimp that had been like out all day, like getting breathed on. But I didn't know. I'd never been, and this was like, I was like 400 extras. I'd never, like, it was crazy.